And in this video, we are here to talk about this man right here, Mr. Jarvis Landry, and what the Miami Dolphins are looking to do. Now, this news came out like maybe 4 or 5 hours ago, so this is nothing new. But at the time, I couldn't go live with you guys. But I said, you know what? I got to talk about this because this is something that I feel like being down here in Miami, I feel like I just have to talk about this. It's just frustrating, even though I'm not even a Dolphins fan. But I want to see them make good decisions. I want to see them do better. I want to see, except when they play the Ravens. But I guess it's since my family is Dolphins fans. Since my family are Dolphins fans, that's probably why. But anyway, really quick, let me introduce myself because I don't want to be rude. Let's get straight into it. I'm Engraven Vids. This is my YouTube channel, Engraven Vids, and I'm a Ravens fan. I'm a Ravens fan, and I also know some people, they get all sensitive. They're like, oh, Engraven, you're a Ravens fan, but why do you wear all these other teams' jerseys? And I continue to tell those people, it's not that serious. Never has been, never will be. Anyway, they said that it came out like 4 or 5 hours ago saying the Dolphins they're listening to offers about trading Jarvis Landry. And if it's the right price, then they're going to take it. Oh, I appreciate that, Ben. I love y'all too, man. I really do. And really quick, if you're a fan of the Ravens or you're a fan of just any team, period, you're just a fan of football and you like talking football, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss any of these videos. Because when we go live, we go live. And we go live, it can be randomly. It can be at the drop of a dime. And we will go live. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all really know I appreciate y'all. And make sure y'all leave a like on the video too. It's 17 people in here, but only 9 likes. A lot of people come through, but they won't click the thumbs up button. Make sure y'all click the thumbs up. It takes like half a second. But anyway, hey, I appreciate that link. Thank you. But the Dolphins, it came out that the Dolphins they're listening to offers for Jarvis Landry. And they said they're not going to re-sign him next year. They're not going to re-sign him next year. They didn't pick up his option or whatnot. But I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. Now, any Dolphins fans that watch this video, you please let me know what you think about it. But for me, I can't get with that. I can't agree with it. Landry is he's a nice receiver. He's the dude, he got hands, he can shake people, he makes stuff happen in that open field. It's frustrating to know that the Dolphins are willing to let this guy go. Now, I understand they're not going to. If you're not going to re-sign somebody and you want to get value for them now, it's like, okay, I understand that. But if it's one of your top receivers, why? You just got Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's been looking decent. I know it's only preseason. But Jay Cutler has not been looking bad at all. He hasn't been looking bad. Jay Cutler's been looking good. He's been looking apart. Now, will he look that $13 million contract? But I don't know. We'll see. But for Dolphins they got their top receivers are Devontae Parker, Jarvis Landry, and short guy Kenny Stills. That's some quality receivers right there. That's nice quality receivers. And for Dolphins, I feel like they should just go all in this year. They have already proven that they're going all in this year. By bringing Jay Cutler out of retirement to come play for them and paying the guy up to $13 million. The minimum it'll be is $10 million, but it can be up to $13 million. If you're willing to pay Jay Cutler up to $13 million, you're willing to pay him that much money, then why would you be willing to trade one of your best wide receivers? I don't get it. I can't. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I can't agree with it. I don't understand. Now, I know that's something that the Patriots tend to do a lot. Patriots will trade away a guy. If they know they're not going to re-sign him, they know they're not going to give him a big contract, they'll tend to trade the guy away. They'll find somebody who's willing to take the bait on the person, and they'll trade him away and get some value for him. But Dolphins, if you got Devontae, who's going to be the number 2? Kenny Stills? Jarvis Landry he's nice, man. I would gladly welcome him to Baltimore. Gladly. Come on over. Please give these guys a push, because we got Perryman, who's just coming back from injury. Who knows how that's gonna go? We got Mike Wallace. His hands are not consistent. He's all right though. We got Jeremy Maclin. We haven't seen much out of him yet. Maybe they just saving him for the regular season. But if Jarvis Landry could come to Baltimore, I would definitely welcome him. Come on, come on. Give him some crab cakes too. But he's nice. He's nice. And I know King HD said they going all out this year. They look miserable. I don't think so. Defense-wise, I don't know. But offense, I mean, you got Jay Cutler. Like I said, Jay Cutler has been looking decent. He's been looking decent. He said, if you leave a like, you get a burrito. Shout out to Ben Delgado providing Chipotle burritos for everybody. I'll send you my order in a little bit. But anyway, you got Jay Cutler, who's been looking the part. You got Jay Ajayi, who is the part at running back. Your receivers, Devontae Parker, Kenny Stills, Jarvis Landry. Your tight end is Julius Thomas, I believe. The offensive line is okay, but they can get it done. So I'm not saying Dolphins are going to win a Super Bowl this year. I don't think they're there yet. I mean, you never know what could happen. Crazier stuff has happened before. I don't think it will in Miami this time. But if you're looking to win, I say just go for it, man. Don't even try to trade him. Just go for it. Put your best team on the field and go for it. Go for it. Ben said Jarvis Landry is a great receiver and he's a core of that team, and to let him go is a bad move. It's tough, man. Will I play you in Madden later on today? If I get time, sure. If I don't, I can't. But if I get time, sure. I know my game is on right now, but I've been going through depth charts just now. So, and I had to take a break from doing depth chart videos to come do this one. But I just, if they do this, I don't know, man. I don't know. Another video. Now I know I already told y'all that Dwayne Brown got traded to the Seattle Seahawks, but y'all got me together in that comment section, which I appreciate, because if I'm ever wrong about anything, I always tell y'all. Always. I say kindly let me know. And in the previous video, there were two things I was wrong about. Well, one thing I was wrong about, one thing I didn't mention. One of those. The Seattle Seahawks, in the trade for Dwayne Brown, they included cornerback Jeremy Lane and a draft pick. Well, actually, maybe a few draft picks. I think one for 2018 and one for 2019 too. But Jeremy Lane is actually being traded to the Houston Texans for Dwayne Brown. So I forgot to mention that. And something else that I mentioned in that previous video too was that Dwayne Brown has been injured for a little while. He's just coming back off the injury. And I was wondering, like, man, Seattle Seahawks trading for a guy that just got healthy? Well, good for Dwayne Brown. He beat the system. But like I said, this is why I appreciate the comment section so much, because if I'm wrong about something, y'all let me know. But some people are like, no, he wasn't injured. He was just in a holdout. He had been in a holdout. So that's why I appreciate y'all, man. So Dwayne Brown, healthy Dwayne Brown, not previously being injured Dwayne Brown, is being traded from the Houston Texans for cornerback Jeremy Lane. So the Texans, they get some cornerback help. I mean, I think it would have been better if they could have got like some linebacker help, some defensive end help, some defensive line help, something like that. Because, you know, if the Texans can just get a good defense, they can be right there in the thick of things again. They'll be a much better team. But the Texans are trading Dwayne Brown and a draft pick for the Seahawks, Jeremy Lane, and a draft pick. So there it goes. I just had to correct that because I was wrong earlier and I didn't give out all the correct information. So I just wanted to come here and address that, and because I'm not afraid to ever admit when I'm wrong, because I have been before and I will be again. But anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Again, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe. Okay, closing the sunroof did not do anything for the sun that's in my face. There we go. But anyway, yeah, we're here to talk about the game that we got coming up next week against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns just came off of a loss, a very tough loss, a very close loss to the Green Bay Packers. That game went to overtime, and so yeah, I can't even say it came down to the very end, but it came down past the very end. So the Browns were in a close one, and then of course the Ravens last night ended up losing to Pittsburgh Steelers in a super close one too. Both tough games for both opponents, but both came away defeated. Now, for the rest of the season, I'm gonna take a big risk, but you know what? Y'all can't even blame it on me though. But I'm going to take a big risk, and I'm not going to do the reverse psychology thing anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to do that. But in this game, I'm going to pick the Ravens to win. I'm going to pick them to win. But this is definitely a game where I do see them struggling. They can struggle in this game. One, because it is a division rival, somebody who knows you. Even though it's on the Browns, it's a lot of new faces still. So that's new to the rivalry. A lot of rookies, a lot of young guys. But also another reason why I think the Ravens could struggle, because it's the Browns. The Browns are hungry right now for that first win. They know they're gonna most likely get that first overall draft pick. Because are they gonna win? Can the Browns win 3 games this season while the Giants stay with only 2? While it's technically possible, I don't see it happening. I mean, they play the Ravens and they play Steelers to close it out, and I don't remember who they play in the middle. But so Browns, they can be a dangerous team. And what I was saying yesterday before the Steelers game, that I was really scared about this Browns game. I was really scared about the Browns game. Reason being because these dudes haven't won a game yet, and they literally have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose, so they could pull out all the stops. They could pull out everything, all the plays, all the tricks in the world. They could be really trying their best to get a win. To get a win, they could really be trying their best. And the fact that yesterday when they played the Packers, they were that close away. The fact that they were that close away from winning a game, and that everything literally, I mean, it's been going down like this for the Browns for a long time, but everything literally came apart in the last couple of minutes of the game. So they had it. They were up, what? Were they up 21-7 at one point, or was it 21-14? Whatever they were up, that lead obviously went away, and they ended up losing the game. Now, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm being rude. My apologies. Let me introduce myself. Me, I'm Engraving Vids, and this is my YouTube channel, Engraving Vids. And I'm a Ravens fan. And even though I'm a Ravens fan on this YouTube channel, we just talk football, period. So if you're a Ravens, you're a Browns fan, you're a Steelers fan, you're a Bengals fan, or you're just a fan of football, period. No matter what conference, what division, whoever your team is, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, because on here we talk football. And make sure once you subscribe, you turn your notifications on so you never miss not one video. And also, like my guy Ryan Mallett says, make sure you leave a like on the video, because it is 100% free. And you can also follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. All 3 are Engraving Vids. So, anyway, yeah, with the Browns, what makes them a scarier team going into this game is, one, like I said, they came so close to their first win. They came so close to victory yesterday, but it just slipped out of their hands, like it has been for all season. And then, and Deshaun Kaiser was just doing it, man. I know Green Bay defense is not our defense, but still, Deshaun Kaiser was doing it, and that's the scary thing when a team that has nothing starts to get some confidence. When a team that has nothing to play for starts to get some confidence, that can set them up for potentially ruining somebody's season, ruining a game for another team. That could set them up for something bad. And I was hoping, I love my Packers fans. I love the Packers fans that come through on this YouTube channel. I love them. Love y'all with all my heart. But yesterday, I wanted the Browns to win. Now, I do want to see Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, if the Packers can somehow make it, and they actually got a chance still. But the only reason I wanted the Browns to win yesterday was that, I really wanted them to beat the Chargers even the week before too, but the reason that I wanted the Browns to get that first win out the way was to do just that, so that first win could be out the way, and they wouldn't be having to fight for that first win anymore. So that pressure would be off of them, that monkey would be off of their back, so they wouldn't come out swinging on the Ravens anymore. I don't want that, man. And now they got Josh Gordon back. Oof, they got Josh Gordon back. In the first game, the last couple years, actually, they have not had Josh Gordon, but now they have Josh Gordon back. And him and Kaiser started. They getting in the rhythm now, man. They're getting in the rhythm now. So that's a scary thing. The game is in Cleveland. Ravens. They had a great performance against Pittsburgh yesterday, offense-wise, not defense-wise. But see the thing about that, which is frustrating. Now we know what the Ravens offense can do. We know what the Ravens offense can do. They did a phenomenal job last night. I was very proud of them. They did their thing. But now you can't let off. And it seems like what they did yesterday was actually show consistency. Because in the Lions game, the offense was nice. But I was like, I ain't buying it. Let's see it another week. Let's see it against Pittsburgh. Let's see it against Pittsburgh. And the offense did it. The offense did it. The offense did their thing last night, which I was happy about. But now we have to continue to see that consistency. Am I expecting them to put up 38 points? I don't expect it. I wouldn't mind it, of course, but I don't expect it. But with the Browns, I don't expect them to put up a bunch of points either, like Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, Browns are not Steelers. Their offense, I mean, they still got Crowell. They obviously got Josh Gordon, who is just, that's a scary guy, man. That's a scary guy, man. But, oof, I don't know who's going to cover him. Might as well just put Marlon Humphrey on him, excuse me. Because Humphrey, man, he did his thing last night. Hopefully Brandon Carr's confidence, it's a spider in the car. Hopefully Brandon Carr's confidence not too shaken up because of how he got abused last night. But another thing with that, it's Ravens' fault. It's Ravens' fault. You can say, oh yeah, Brandon Carr sucks. He sucks. You can say that as much as you want to, but at the same time, it's not Brandon Carr that's leaving himself on Antonio Brown. That was Ravens. That's on Dean Pease, man. That's on coaching. The fact that Brandon Carr is getting abused last night, I mean, everybody knew it. If you're a fan of the game, if you're a fan of the Steelers or the Ravens, or if you're just watching football, you could clearly see that whenever the number 24 in the purple jersey, in the white jersey was on number 84 in the black jersey, number 84 owned him, abused him, just assaulted him. He murdered him. But they didn't make adjustments. And when you don't make adjustments, the team that you need to make adjustments for, they're not going to make adjustments because whatever they're doing is not broken. Why try to fix something that's not broken? Brandon Carr was clearly broken last night, and the Ravens never tried to fix him. They never tried to fix him. Now, when Marlon Humphrey was on Antonio Brown, everything was fine. Everything was gravy. But with Brandon Carr and Antonio Brown, oh boy, it was a mess. It was a mess. So that was terrible coaching by Baltimore. Terrible play by Brandon Carr too, but terrible coaching by Baltimore. I mean, how do you give that up to Antonio Brown? All game he got like 200 receiving yards, but just the very end too. Forget all his other 150 receiving yards that he got throughout the game. How do you give up that play to Antonio Brown? You know who Antonio Brown is. You know they're going to try to get the ball to him because he is their best receiver. Why would you not make adjustments and try to take him out of the game? I don't get that. Put a safety over. He got Brandon Carr, man. He clearly can't keep up with Antonio Brown. Why not put a safety over top? Don't even try to hide it. Put a safety over top. Don't try to disguise the coverage or anything. Put a safety over top, and because they know you respect Antonio Brown, you have to. But he just killed him. So that was bad coaching on the Ravens front. So when we play the Browns, Joku, if they can't play like they played last night. They always get better pressure against the Browns than the Steelers. Steelers are always a team that is tough for Ravens to get pressure against, especially recently. Because all day, Ben Roethlisberger just sits back there and chills, man. He just sits back there. He has a little Corona. He's in his beach chair just watching the Ravens run around, try to get pass rush on him. He sits back there and relaxes. Then he gets up, completes a pass. But the Browns, their offensive line is not Steelers' offensive line. Their quarterback is not Ben Roethlisberger. The quarterback is tough now, Kaiser. He does have some migraine problems, so we got to keep an eye out on that. But Ravens, If that offense can continue what they've been doing, they can be in great shape to win this game. And if the defense can bounce back like they usually have, they can be in great shape to win this game. But it's going to take everything. And of course, special teams. Special teams is the one thing that has been great all season. I mean, they're always great. They're always on point. Never have to worry about those guys. Thank goodness. Thank you, Justin Tucker. Thank you, Sam Cook. Thank you, Morgan Cox. Thank you, field goal unit. Thank you, kickoff unit. Thank you, all of you guys. So yeah, Ravens can do this, man. They just got to be focused. They got to be on point, and they can't have a letdown game. They can't have the letdown game. They can't afford that because they're still in the playoffs right now. That's why I wasn't tripping too much off of last night, even going into last night. I knew we could lose and still be fine, but... And the Lions. And this thing was hype, man. Hype. Hype ain't even a word, man. Hype. This thing was hype. This thing was hype, man. Anyway, let me introduce myself before we get into this. And, man, I'm just hype, man. Hype. Boy, I'm so hype, man. Y'all don't understand. Or y'all understand because y'all right there with me. But, man. Anyway, team keep it clean. What's going on? It's Engraven here with another video. And, man, I'm doing this all wrong. Let me introduce myself. I can't even think right now. Me, I'm Engraven Vids, and this is my YouTube channel, Engraven Vids, and I'm a Ravens fan. And even though I'm a Ravens fan, on this YouTube channel, we talk about Ravens, but we also, we just talk about football, period. But right now, we talking about football. I mean, we talking about Ravens. We talking about Ravens football. Let's put them together. And, that's it. That's it. That's what you have to do. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on. And if you're old here, appreciate you coming through as always. You know I love y'all. You know I love y'all. You know I love y'all. And after you subscribe and turn your notifications on, make sure, like my guy Ryan Mallett says, every single video, make sure you leave a like on the video. It's 81 people in here. It's going to be 100-some people in here soon enough. But make sure y'all click that thumbs up button. Takes like half a second, but man, this thing was great, man. This thing was great. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to take into Pittsburgh next week. This, not what we've been putting up the past however many weeks, 12 weeks or whatever. This is what we need to bring into Pittsburgh next week. Now, I'm gonna sit down in a little bit, but anyway. And you can follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Everything is Engraven Vids. Now, there's some highs and lows in this game. There was some highs and lows. There was some good and bad. First and foremost, Jimmy Smith. He, like I said earlier, he's probably done. He's probably done for the rest of the year. That's something that, like I said, it wouldn't be a surprise if he is. It's nothing that we want, but I had to sit down. It's nothing that we want, but it's something that we're not surprised by. But most likely, he's going to be out of there. I'm sure. Okay, they just said it. They just made the official word on it. Okay, well, there we go. I haven't got the notification on, or maybe my notification just messed up right now. Either way, like I said earlier, it hadn't been confirmed yet, but we just knew he was going to be done for the year. We knew he was going to be done for the year. As soon as he went down, we knew it was over for him. But, Schefter just confirmed it. Okay, there we go. All right, well. So, that sucks, and that's a huge blow. That's a huge blow. But what I was saying earlier when I was talking about that was that this makes Marlon Humphrey that much more important. This makes everybody in the secondary that much more important. Humphrey, Brandon Carr, Maurice Kennedy coming back, Anthony Levine, the safeties, Eric Weddle, Tony Jefferson, just everybody. And now Jalen Hill's going to be active. He's going to be active. He will be active. Y'all make sure I leave a like on the video, man. It's 100 people. It's over 100 people in here, but it's only 41 likes. Come on now. But Jalen Hill will be active. Chuck Clark, another one. Yeah, he's been active like all year, and he's been doing this thing on special teams. So everybody, no, Tavon Young, it doesn't make him because he's not playing this season. He's already on injury reserve. I'm talking about this season, the here and the now. So that was one of the bad parts, and we saw Jimmy Smith's impact as soon as he went down. First half, what was it, 20-0 or 17-0? No, 20-0, because they kicked the field goal right before halftime. So it was 20-0 in the first half. 20-0 in the first half. 20-0 in the first half. But then Jimmy Smith goes down, and then Jimmy Smith goes down, 20-7, and then 20-14 at one point. No, 20-13 because he missed the extra point. And as soon as Jimmy Smith went down, the Lions attacked. They attacked. That's what good quarterbacks do. They take advantage of other opposing teams' weaknesses. And that's what Matt Stafford did. He took advantage. He went straight at Marlon Humphrey. And this dude is a rookie. This is his first year. What's up, Flacco? This is his very first year playing in the NFL. So Matt Stafford went straight at him. And that could have killed Marlon Humphrey from jump. He got beat on a big play that ended up setting up a Detroit Lions touchdown. Then the very next drive, he ended up getting beat again on another play that set up a Detroit Lions touchdown. So he was getting beat. He was getting done. He was getting bullied. He was getting boxed out. He was getting all of that stuff. So they went right at Marlon Humphrey as soon as Jimmy Smith went down. But then, did it shake his confidence? We could never tell because later on he ended up getting a pick. And boy, man, I wish I could watch the game with some of y'all, man, because this hype, man. I was just so hype. I mean, my voice is almost gone now, but I was just so hype because they were bouncing back. This is not what we used to, especially this season, especially the past 2 seasons. We're not used to Ravens actually bouncing back with so much adversity in one game. We're not used to that. We're not used to that. Jimmy Smith, usually when he goes down, Ravens fans know, we all know, oh yeah, that's it. Game over. Season done. But no, Ravens prepared for that. They prepared for that, and their preparation showed in this game. It showed right away. Marlon Humphrey was shaky them first 2 drives. After that, he ended up getting a pick. So shout out to Marlon Humphrey. That dude, oh man. We talked about it before. We said more picks are going to be coming. And I was saying that one of the reasons would because somebody asked in the questions from subscriber, what's Marlon Humphrey's ceiling and what's his floor? I said his ceiling, man. His ceiling is through the roof. His ceiling is through the roof because this guy showed that he can start. And now he has to start because he is our guy now. He is our starting cornerback because Jimmy Smith is down. So now, oh, don't worry, Calvin Grant. I'm shocked too. I did not think it would go like this. At all. Now, of course, the heart of the defense is Terrell Suggs. That's not even a question, Ty. That's not even a question. Let's talk about the offense. It's what we talked about every single post-game season, and I've said it every single post-game, wins or losses, except for one, and that was in the Miami game. So I've mentioned it last week too. I mentioned it in other streams that we have the same conversation every single week about the offense being garbage, the offense being bland, the offense being dry, the offense being just terrible, the offense being boring, the offense not being explosive, the offense just not being good. We talked about that. We talk about that every single week. But then this week, and Joe Flacco, he talks about it too, in the wins and in the losses. Appreciate that, Daryl Ron. He talks about it too in the wins and the losses. He said, oh, I want to come out and be more explosive. Oh, I want to come out and attack more. Oh, I want us to be more aggressive. But they didn't do anything. They don't do anything to change it. So it'll be the same story every single week. Win or lose. Offense was dry. Offense was lackluster. Offense was garbage. But this week, this game, this was just crazy. That's what got me hyped so much. Because I couldn't believe it. And remember, when I'm sure you guys heard the quote. If you didn't hear it, then I'll inform you of it. But I'm sure you guys heard about it already. How Eric Weddle had mentioned, earlier this season, or maybe it was a couple weeks ago, whenever, he mentioned that, I think a reporter asked him, so how do you feel about that the Ravens defense has to carry this offense every single game? And he responded, yeah, we have to do that, but he said there's going to be a point in time where the offense is going to have to carry us. He said it's going to be a time where the offense has to carry us. And guess what? That time is now. That time is literally right now. It's literally right now. It's literally right now. It's right now. It's right now. It's literally right now. Yes, Bruno, he impressed me too, man. Short memory, there it goes, right there. It's literally right now. So that offense, they had mentioned it during the game that Joe Flacco has actually had a good amount of time back there in the pocket. And there were some plays where he obviously didn't. Some stuff broke down. And there was one where it looked like it could have been a fumble. It was in the third quarter where the pressure came up the middle and Flacco tried to throw it. And his hand got hit, but he was throwing the ball forward. But it ended up being an incompletion, which was great. And then Flacco, something's starting to click. It looked like it started to click because Flacco might be in playoff mode right now because we are in playoff mode. This is playoffs right now. This is not regular season. Some of y'all might think, oh yeah, it's week 13 of regular season. No, not at all. This is playoffs literally right now. This is playoffs. This is playoffs. And Flacco actually turned into playoff Flacco this game. And I love the aggressiveness. Throwing to Mike Wallace deep down the field. And then on the play, first score of the game, when they threw to Mike Wallace deep, the 66-yard pass, they got to the 1-yard line. Very next play, do they run it? No. They actually change it up. They actually change it up, and they do the unexpected, and they pass the ball to Ben Watson. Pass the ball to Ben Watson. Pass the ball to Ben Watson, and he gets a touchdown. So that was crazy. But back to the play I was thinking about in the third quarter when Flacco got hit when they sent the pressure. And Flacco, he threw the ball forward, and it looked like it could have been a fumble. It was very questionable or whatnot. Oh, Chiefs about to lose to the Jets? Oh, wow. They definitely did fall off. He threw the ball forward, and it looked like it could have been a fumble, but it was an incomplete pass, which was a good call. But then the very next play, they were showing on a replay too, how the Lions players were all looking around and stuff. They were looking toward the sideline, seeing if their coach was going to challenge it. But then January Joe kicked in. He said, wait a minute. I need to actually take advantage of a defense right now. I need to take advantage of a defense that's not paying attention right now. I need to do that. And they ran the play. Perfect play call because Chris Moore was wide open in the middle. Flacco did throw slightly behind him, but Chris Moore caught the ball. And Chris Moore actually, after he was contacted, he got 5 more yards. So, big shout out to Chris Moore. Big shout out to Flacco this game. This is the Flacco. This is why it's so frustrating being a Ravens fan. This is why it's so frustrating with Joe Flacco. Because we know what he can do, but he does not do it on a consistent basis. This is why we get so frustrated with him. This is why. He said games without Perryman 2-0. It's true, man. Keep him out. Let him sit, man. Let him sit. Oh, yeah, Lewis, you know it. You know Ben Roethlisberger is going to... See, next week, we're going to talk about next week in a little bit. And we're going to talk about next week throughout this week, obviously. Because next week is huge. It's such a big game. And now we face one of the best quarterbacks in the league next week. We face one of the best quarterbacks in the league next week, and a quarterback that knows us in and out. But first, we're still talking about this game, because this is what it's about. I had to take my socks off. I had to put my socks right there. I had to take them off. My feet were getting too hot. They were getting too hot, because I'm still hyped. But anyway... offense, again, Joe Flacco, he did his thing. Aggressive. Love it. Now, man. Appreciate y'all, man. What's going on? What's up, Jonah? What's up, Antonio? My boy JB getting ready to go to the game on Saturday. That's perfect, man. Go to the game on Saturday. You get to chill and relax on Sunday. What better way, man? Then you off Monday. Y'all off from school. I'm off from work. I'm excited about this weekend, man. What's up, Get Dub? Sinister, what's going on? CJ, what's up, man? Taliban, what's up? Taliban say it was a catch. Shout out to my boy Taliban, man. Steelers fan. Gamer tag is engraving, man. What's up, 410 Byron, Josh, Nick Myers? I think I already said what's up to Jonah. Everybody, man. Appreciate. Oh, my boy Savage. What's up, man? Appreciate all y'all coming through. I had no idea so much of y'all were gonna come through, especially so fast. What's up, D, man? But I appreciate y'all, man. But anyway, in this video, I'm on my lunch break right now, so I had to come through, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to come through tonight because we are going to a wedding tonight. Yes, it is Monday, and I did say that right. We are going to a wedding tonight. So I don't know when I'm going to see y'all next time, but I just wanted to talk about the Colts and the Ravens game that we got coming up on Saturday. On Saturday. Oh yeah, you know I love y'all too, man. I appreciate y'all. On Saturday. This coming Saturday. Y'all make sure y'all don't forget. What's up, my boy Joey? Don't forget this Saturday. The game is Saturday. Please, I don't want to hear anybody, and I know it's gonna be somebody, and I'm gonna feel so bad for them. I'm gonna feel so bad for somebody. They're gonna be like, man, I completely forgot the game was on Saturday, and by Sunday it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. The game will have already been in the record books. It'll be over by then, and that'll be that. But anyway, we play the Colts on Saturday. On Saturday, no, Terrence West won't be activated. You can't fix what's not broken. Terrence West not being activated has done absolutely nothing bad to the running game. So he will not be activated. But anyway, we play the Colts this Saturday. What's up, cool video gamer? And in that game, it's the battle of the unknowns. Ravens already know what they have to do. Yeah, Collins is beat up. We'll see. We'll see how bad or how beat up he really is, man. Why the games have been on a Saturday? They usually always do this around like the end of the year, around the end of December. They usually do this. They did it last year too, man. So yeah, they do. They usually do it. Oh, y'all got good seats too. Oh, that's what's up, man. J Money, what's going on, man? What's up, Flacco? He said Ravens blowout. Hey, as long as they win, that's all I care. That's all I care about. Oh, really quick, let me introduce myself. Me, I'm Engraving Vids. This is my YouTube channel, Engraving Vids, and I'm a Ravens fan. And even though I'm a Ravens fan on this YouTube channel, we just talk football, period. So if you're a Ravens fan, if you're a fan of the Colts, if you're just a fan of football, period, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn your notifications on. And like my boy Ryan Malice says, for every single video, which most of you guys have done already, make sure you leave a like on the video. Now, my boy Ghetto Vegan, he said it's a trap game. Nick Meyer said it's a trap game. We'll see. I mean, both of these next two games could be considered trap games. I don't really think so. But really, my biggest trap game was last week. My biggest trap game was last week. Because last week, not last week, yesterday, my fault. Yesterday, I felt like it was scary, and I'm so glad that's over with. I feel relieved, but I hope the Ravens feel relieved too, but not too relieved, because they got two huge games coming up that mean everything for this season. Yesterday I was really relieved because they beat the Browns, and that's a winless team. And like I have been saying, they had before they didn't have Kaiser the whole game, and they didn't have what's his name, Josh Gordon. They didn't have him either. So I was a little worried about that. I felt like we could still win, but I was worried that the Browns. I wasn't gonna be surprised if they won that game. I wasn't gonna be surprised if they won that game, just because maybe one day, Joey Boss, maybe one day, man. I just been liking how he's been playing. Who you talking about, Get Dubs? Oh, Chris Moore. Yeah, Chris Moore been a lot better recently, man. But I was worried about that game because they know us. It was an away game. Ravens just came off an extremely tough loss, and Browns. I felt like that was a trap game. More so than these other two games. Now these other two games, they got to be extremely careful. They got to be extremely careful. They can't afford to lose anymore for the rest of the season. Straight up. You're right. I'm glad 410 Byron brought that up. He said we got to go on a 7-game winning streak. You're right. The Ravens can't afford to lose any games for the rest of the season. They cannot afford to lose any games for the rest of the season. Why? Because these next two games, if you win them, you're in there. If you win one and lose one, you need some help to get in there. We don't want to have help. We don't want to have help. Oh yeah, I ain't forget about how Flacco played lately. I ain't forget about none of that. But in order to get there, if we won in the playoffs, win these next two games and they're in. This game, I do pick the Ravens to win this game. I think defense could be huge. They could be huge in this game. Now, we're going against T.Y. Hilton. Usually receivers with speed, they give us a lot of trouble. But I think the pass rush and safeties are huge this game. They are huge this game. They are huge. I mean, they're huge every game, but they're huge this game. Like my boy Ghetto Vegan said, he said Jacoby Brissett he's playing pretty well. Y'all heard me say it before. I like Jacoby Brissett. I like him. JB Smooth said the Colts O-line is terrible. Hey, that's a great thing, man. That pass rush got to step up then. They got to step up. Chica said if the Titans don't make the playoffs, I'm going to laugh. I mean, I wouldn't laugh. I ain't talking trash to no other teams, whether they make the playoffs or not. I'm not talking trash about nobody, to nobody. I just want my guys to be up in there. I just want these Ravens to be up in there because it's crazy. It's crazy how far these Ravens have come. It's crazy how far these dudes have come. Remember back weeks ago, this wasn't no playoff team. This wasn't no playoff team. Throughout the beginning of the season, when that defense first went up, the first game of the season, I said, oh, okay, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Second game of the season, I think we played the Browns, and that was like, oh, that defense is crazy good. They going crazy good. And then throughout the season, the offense started being pretty much dead, and the defense was carrying this team. The defense was keeping this team in every single game, but now that the offense is actually waking up, it's like, oh, wow, this team could do some damage, man. They could do some damage. They could do some damage. So it's been kind of weird and kind of crazy to see. And we can be scary. SM35 said Ravens starting to look deadly. What's up, Juan? But yeah, man, I think we should be able to get this one. Defense, I think defense can be so big in this game. And then the offense could go off too, man. Nah, I ain't heard nothing on Macklin or who was it? Macklin and who was the other guy? Who was the other guy? Macklin, Alex Collins, but it was somebody else too. Special teams didn't do anything? What do you mean special teams didn't do anything? Oh, Carl Davis, that was it. Special teams did everything in that game yesterday. Do you not know Sam Cook? Do you not know Sam Cook? Man, Sam Cook is that dude, man. Sam Cook is that dude. You can't say special teams ain't doing anything. They were the reason that the defense got put in so many great positions in order to succeed. This dude kept putting these dudes inside the 20. I think like 5 punts he got were all inside the 20. Some of them came at the 3. That dude is, in the Steelers game. Okay, never mind. Okay. I thought you were talking about Ravens. All right, never mind. Anyway, that dude is a monster. And of course, Justin Tucker. We all know about Justin Tucker. But yeah, this game, yes. Let's talk about Flacco real quick. Flacco has been playing so much better. Hasn't been he turned the ball over last week, but more than how do I explain it? They've been moving the ball a lot more up and down the field. They've been throwing the passes downfield, getting more 15 to 20 yard passes a lot more than they had been in the throughout the regular season. I can't even say beginning of the season because it had been through the middle of the season too. They've been moving the ball a lot more. The running game has been something that's been pretty decent all year. It's been pretty decent all year, except for that Jacksonville game. That Jacksonville game was, I guess, an anomaly of this season because on the Jacksonville game, that was the only single game where we literally did not do anything good. No good offense, no good defense, no good special teams. Everything was bad that season. I mean, that game, excuse me. But yes, Flacco and the offense has been playing so much better. That offensive line is blocking pretty good for the passing game, for the running. Between the Ravens and the Colts. Between the Ravens and the Colts. And this game, I told y'all it was going to be close. I told y'all it wasn't going to be easy. I wanted it to be a blowout. As bad as I did, it wasn't a blowout. But the one thing that it is a win. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Well, if it was a close game or not, whether it was a blowout or not, whether we made mistakes or not, whether we couldn't do this or couldn't do that or not, the only thing that matters is that it was a win. And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So we are one game away from the playoffs. One game away from the playoffs. We win next week, in there. Win next week and we in there. Win next week and we are in there. Win next week and we are in there. Man, whoo, that game was something. Let me introduce myself though. I'm Engraving Vids, and this is my YouTube channel, Engraving Vids, and I'm a Ravens fan. Carter is too. But even though I'm a Ravens fan on this YouTube channel, we talk about everybody, every single football team. So if you like Ravens, if you like Colts, big shout out to the Colts. Shout out to all the Colts fans, man. Shout out to the Colts because they brought it. They brought it. They brought it. They brought it. Why so many people mad today? I see Alex over there in his feelings. I see it was somebody else too.
Jawad over there in his feelings. Why so people mad? Why so many people mad at the Ravens for being one playoff game away? I don't get it. I don't know why so many of y'all mad. My boy Glocks, he was in his feelings on Twitter. My boy LeVar was in his feelings on Twitter. Why so many people mad at us for being one game away in the playoffs? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But as mad as y'all are, y'all just make me 20,000 times more happier, man. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. I don't get it, man. So many people is mad. I don't know why y'all so upset with Ravens. It's the people that's upset, Giants fan, Falcons fan, and a Steelers fan. And who was the other guy? Alex, I don't know what team Alex was a fan of. But a Giants fan, my boy Glocks hit me up on Twitter. He said y'all are getting so excited and y'all are beating a 3-win team. I say, aren't y'all a 3-win team? And then somebody corrected me and they were like, oh, the Giants are actually a 2-win team. So I was wrong. I gave them more credit than they actually deserved. And then, who else? Oh, then LeVar, he pitched in too, gave his 2 cents. And then, of course, the Eagles, was it Jawad? I think I forgot his name now. I think it was Jawad. You can scroll up in the comment section and see him, but I don't know why so many people mad. Why are y'all mad? I don't understand. I don't understand. But anyway, like I was saying, I was introducing myself. I'm Engraven Vids, and this is my YouTube channel, Engraven Vids, and I'm a Ravens fan, a proud Ravens fan, a Ravens fan that is completely just surprised and excited and shocked but hyped on how much this season has completely turned around. Because before, this was not a playoff team. This wasn't no playoff team. It wasn't. It really wasn't. But that offense picked it up. That defense continued. And they did their thing, man. Oh, Shakur all the way from Norway. Appreciate you coming all the way on this end of the world. Appreciate it. Oh, there he goes. There goes Jawad. He said, Ravens suck. To be honest, y'all struggled at home against the Colts. Yeah, we did struggle, but guess what? We won. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I don't know why you were so upset. Why would an Eagles fan be mad at us? I don't get it. Jawad must be having a bad day. So everybody in the comment section, can you please put in the comment section just for my boy Jawad? Put cheer up, Jawad. Cheer up, Jawad. That's it. Cheer up, Jawad. Let's get that going in the comment section for him. Cheer up, Jawad. Cheer up, Jawad. Throw it in there. Even Carter was saying it. He said, cheer up, Jawad. Anyway. Again, cheer up, Jawad. Again or no? All right, Carter's done with it. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And turn your notifications on if you haven't already. And like my guy, Ryan Mallett says, who caught a pass today? Make sure you leave a like on the video. We got 73 people in here. We got my son running around like crazy. It's 73 people in here, but it's only 17 likes. We got to fix that, man. Let's fix that. Make sure y'all click the thumbs up button. But anyway. And you can follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. See, Carter's still hyped, man. Carter felt that energy. I'm over here sweating. That game was crazy, man. It was crazy. Now, first and foremost, big shout out. Yeah, I ain't even do no post-game analysis yet. We've been here for 6 minutes. We ain't hardly even talk about the game. First, big shout out to Brashard Perriman. I was so happy for him. And then I absolutely loved how the crowd, when he caught his passes, they cheered. They gave this dude a round of applause, man. They gave this dude a round of applause. I couldn't believe it. But I was hyped off of that. It made me feel good for him. I'm like, okay, these people still rooting for Brashard, like we all are. But he hasn't showed us anything really good this season. But the catches that he made, one of them was more open, and the other one was a difficult catch because he caught it in traffic. He caught it like in between two defenders. So for him to catch that pass, I said, "Oh, shout out to Brashard, man! Shout out to Brashard." And they gave him a round of applause. They gave my guy a round of applause, man. They gave him a round of applause. If you're a Colts fan, you can subscribe. If you're just a fan of football, period, and you love the game like we do on here,
make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn your notifications on. And once you do that, make sure you leave a like on the video too. Click that thumbs up button and follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. All three are just like the YouTube channel. It's all Engraving Vids. And I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Thank you very, very much. Now. Again, it's being reported that the Ravens are interested in Chuck Pagano. How do I feel about this? I'm not mad at that. And one thing that I'm not mad at is that the Ravens are trying to attack and get everything in place early. They're not waiting a couple months. They're not waiting until later. They're not waiting until the season's even over. Well, their season is over, but they're not waiting until the football season is officially over. They're trying to do it now. They're doing it now. Chuck Pagano, why not bring them both together? Why not? I'm not opposed to that move at all. It's actually kind of exciting when you think about it. They kept mentioning it, so keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. But when Chuck Pagano was the Ravens defensive coordinator before he left for the Colts, and that was in 2011, but we had a Ray Lewis, we had a Ed Reed, we had a bunch of these players, Lodi Nada, Terrell Suggs, the company, we had a bunch of those players and whatnot, but the defense was ranked number 3. Mainly that stream where we were talking about the things that Bernard Pollard was saying about John Harbaugh. And Bernard Pollard kept saying that that the players do the coaching. Now, and in that stream where we talked about that, I mentioned how when players leave Baltimore, you never hear a player say how much he loved playing for John Harbaugh, how much he loved John Harbaugh, how John Harbaugh was his favorite. You never hear that. But I remember when Chuck left and became a head coach, when he all of them, they ranted and raved about Chuck Pagano, how much they loved him. More so the defensive guys. They ranted and raved about him. They all say how much they loved him, how much they were happy for him, but there was a bittersweet thing. They said how much they were gonna miss him. They loved this dude. You would have thought he was a head coach. Seriously. But if the Ravens are going to do this, this can be nice, man. Chuck Pagano was somebody that he had them dudes on point, especially if they were ranked number 3 in total defense. That's pretty hard to do. But back then, again, remember, like I said earlier, the team was a lot different. They don't have a Ray Lewis right now. They don't have a Ed Reed. They don't have a Lodi Nada. They don't have a younger Terrell Suggs. This Terrell Suggs from 6 years ago. He's playing like this right now. The dude 6 years ago. Imagine Terrell Suggs from 6 years ago. He's been a beast for a while. He's been killing it ever since he came out of Arizona State. But again, like I said earlier, we need playmakers. We need more playmakers on both sides of the ball. We need more playmakers on both sides of the ball, offense, defense. We need an injection of youth. We need an injection of health. And we need an injection just of skill, period. But this is not a move that I would be mad at. This will be somebody, and remember what I talked about before when it came out that the Ravens may be interested in promoting from within. Martindale, the linebacker coach, and I remember somebody, I forgot his name, he had commented, he said, what have the linebackers even done this year? Why would he get promoted? But if the Ravens were to promote the linebackers coach, the thing that I said that I would be worried about, because usually if you have somebody that's under a different person in a system, like for instance, Dean Pease was our defensive coordinator last year. Martindale is a linebackers coach. Linebackers are obviously on defense, but being a linebacker coach, you're responsible for the linebackers, and that's it. Defensive coordinator responsible for the entire defense, so he's over you. But what I was saying is that somebody who was under the defensive coordinator, that being the linebackers coach, if he gets promoted, since he's already in the Ravens right now, he may try to continue. He may not want to change the system that was already in place,
because he wouldn't really want to tweak it too, or he would just want to tweak a couple things here and there. Bryant made a lot of money. He made a lot of money, and it was either pay cut or be cut. And the Cowboys said, Dez, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything that you've done for us. But you're out of here. So Dez Bryant is now a free agent. But before we get into this, let me introduce myself. I'm Engraven Viz. This is my YouTube channel, Engraven Viz, and I'm a Ravens fan. But on here, we just talk football, period. So no matter what team you're a fan of, no matter who you like, who you dislike, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn your notifications on, and leave a like on the video. Click that thumbs up button. And then you can follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All three are Engraven Vids, just like the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all leave a like on the video. We got 45 people in here, but it's only 10 likes. Click that thumbs up button. Y'all come through and y'all be watching it. Y'all be watching the videos and stuff, but click the thumbs up button. Show that support, man. But anyway, Dez Bryant, he is a free agent now. A lot of y'all saying, a lot of y'all think he's going to so many different places. And Dez Bryant is free to choose wherever he wants to go. Oh, sorry, Little Eric. I know my boy Little Eric 88 is a Cowboys fan. I know my boy Dallas X Factor, of course, is a Cowboys fan. Any Cowboys fan. I know y'all gonna miss your boy, man. I know you're gonna miss your boy. Anwar, I was just getting ready to say that. It's 52 people in here, so what is the most famous 52 that's been in the NFL? Well, that would be Ray Lewis. And what team did he play for? He played for the Ravens. And what do the Ravens like? They like older receivers who just been cut from their team. So trust me that the Ravens are probably going to be looking at this guy, Dez Bryant. They is somebody, shout out to my guy, who tweeted me. Somebody just tweeted me and reminded me that that the Dallas Cowboys did get Dez Bryant before we had a chance to draft him. They jumped right ahead of us and they drafted him. I forgot who it was, but Ravens, they love looking at older receivers who had just been cut from their teams, older guys, veteran guys, and they brought in Eric Decker for a visit. They had in Willie Snead for 2 visits. So Dez Bryant, I'm like 99.99% sure that they'd be interested in him. Now, the last person I said I was 99.99% sure that they were interested in was Jordy Nelson, and they were 99.99% interested in Jordy Nelson, but he went to the Raiders, and the Raiders were his first and last stop. But what did they do? They cut Michael Crabtree, and when they cut Michael Crabtree, I also said I'm 99.99% sure they'd be interested in him. And what did they do? They pounced. They got on him immediately, and they got him. Nitro said, Olden ejected is Ozzy's drug. Yes. And Dez Bryant will be no different. I'm sure they're going to be looking at him too. Hey, I appreciate that, MUFC. Thank you, man. Thank you. But Dez Bryant, again, he can go wherever he wants to now. And he will be having people that'll be trying to get his services. Vegan King, what's going on? So, yes, I do think that the Ravens are definitely probably going to try to get in on the Dez train. Somebody sent me a tweet on that. They said, do you think we get involved in the Dez train? I think it was my boy, Monoculturist, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was him. But yeah, I think we will be all in. Shout out to September 1st. I know only a few of y'all will understand that one. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Oh, that was you? Okay, my fault, man. Yeah, Cowboys X Factor. I did a video about this like a month ago. So it's time, man. It's time. So the Cowboys. Dylan said maybe the Ravens were Dez's favorite team too. I didn't believe Michael Crabtree not one time when he said that. When he said, "Oh yeah," when Michael Crabtree got cut by the Raiders and then he got signed by the Ravens. Oh yeah, Ravens they were always my favorite team growing up. Oh yeah, okay, all right, yeah. You just said that because the team just gave you a 3-year, $21 million contract. They'd be my favorite team too if they gave me a 3-year, $21 million contract, man. So I don't know, man. I didn't believe Michael Crabtree when he said that garbage, man. But I don't think Dez is gonna retire, and I see a couple of y'all saying they'll think Dez will retire. I don't think he's gonna retire. He's gonna have people that want his services, straight up. He is going to. And just watch later on. I'm sure we'll probably be making a video later on today. Ravens are interested in wide receiver Dez Bryant. We'll see. If you see me tweet that and we getting ready to go live, or if I did it as a regular video, he is going to be wanted. Yeah, exactly. He said Dez is wanted for sure. Yeah, Markel, you're right. People going to want that dude. There ain't no question. Ain't no question at all. They're going to want Dez Bryant. So that's no-brainer. Now, if he did say that he wants revenge on them, which wouldn't be a surprise because NFC East teams, NFC East players, they like going from NFC East to NFC East, and they like staying in NFC East. I guess they're comfortable there. So if he went to the Redskins, wouldn't be no shocker. If he went to the Giants, think about it. Do they still have Brandon Marshall too? They would probably have to get rid of Brandon Marshall and bring in. I don't know. Think about that, man. Think about that. Um, but anybody's gonna want him, man. Philly too. I don't think Philly's gonna get him though. They got Alshon Jeffrey, Mike Wallace, Al Galore. He ain't going to Philly. I don't think he's going to Philly. To the Patriots, that would be an option. They did just lose Danny Amendola to the Dolphins. But yeah, it could be an option. But I see like a couple of y'all saying Redskins. He said Dez and OBJ and Marshall. He said that he watch baseball. But I know, never know. Snead seems like the more reliable, younger option. Personally speaking, no disrespect to Dez. Yeah, man, we'll see. See, this whole time is Kai vibes. This whole time I thought it was Kale vibes until you sent me the message on Instagram, which I did do the video for it. So when it goes public, I mean, you'll see it then. But I did do the video for your question from subscribers. That's when I found out it was Kai vibes. I thought this whole time it was Kale vibes.
I guess that wow came to an end. But anyway, really quick, let me introduce myself. I'm Engraven Vids. This is my YouTube channel, Engraven Vids. Shout out to Sean Taylor. If he would have stayed in the game and what unfortunately happened to him wouldn't have happened, he would have been the best safety to ever do it. No doubt in my mind. But anyway, I'm a Ravens fan, and on this channel we talk about Ravens all the time, but we also talk about all other 31 NFL teams. So if you're a fan of the Ravens, make sure you subscribe. If you're a fan of even the Redskins, make sure you subscribe. Or if you're a fan of any of the 30 other teams in the NFL, make sure you subscribe. Leave a like on the video. Turn notifications on so you don't miss any of these when we go live, so you can always be ready. And follow on Twitter too. Every time I go on Twitter, every time I'm doing one of these, I put it out on Twitter first. So Twitter people know first, and YouTube people will know as well. But anyway, appreciate y'all. If you want to follow on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything is Engraven Vids. Now, yeah, Leo, I got you. I do that too. I do Patriots and Broncos today. I planned on playing with the Broncos today, actually. But yeah, I'll do both of those today. I got you. So, Matt Jones. I remember last year, I thought they were going to do this last year. I thought this would have already been done. I thought this was going to be something that would have already been taken care of a year ago. But the Redskins say no. We're going to keep him on the roster for one more year. And then finally today, they made the call to cut Matt Jones. Matt Jones, I think he will find work rather quickly. Running backs are very cheap right now. TD Christian, I just did a video on that. Running backs are very cheap right now. So you can always find one. And it's not going to take much cap room for you unless you're Pittsburgh and you got one of the best in the NFL, and he wants even more cap room to be ate up for him. But this is Matt Jones we're talking about. While he can still play, he's no Le'Veon Bell. A team to watch out with him for would be maybe Baltimore, because he's not injury prone, which they love. He's not a fumbler, which they love too. Terrence West is currently the starter. And Danny Woodhead is supposed to be the backup, but he got a hamstring injury. Who knows how long he'll be out for. Mr. Pook said the Eagles, that could be a possibility. They just cut Ryan Matthews. They got LeGarrette Blount, though. Matt Jones would give them a more speedier running back that can also break tackles, too. So, LeGarrette Blount is not really speedy. I mean, he kind of got deceptive speed, but he's not. And he can hit the home run, but he'll short truck somebody, though. We already know about that. But yeah, Matt Jones will be all right. I think he'll get picked up. For him, I don't think it's going to be so quick. I think it may be after week 1. I think it's going to be after week 1. I think some teams are going to go into week 1, analyze their game plan, and just see how effective their running backs were or how ineffective their running backs weren't. And then after that, that's that. If Blount gets released by the Eagles, I hope he ain't getting cut. LeGarrette Blount ain't going anywhere. The Eagles are not going to cut LeGarrette Blount. Trust me, they're not. They're not going to. He ain't going anywhere. You ain't got to worry about that at all. What's up, Jeffrey? TD Christian said, do you think the Steelers need to cut or trade more people to free up room to sign Le'Veon Bell to a long-term contract? No, man. I think Steelers will be fine, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. It's gonna be interesting. More so next year, we're gonna see what they do with him. They were talking about releasing him. I can't see that at all. I can't see that happening at all. Oh, Cowboys just traded for Bengals cornerback I don't even know who that is. I'm a Pitt fan. I hope he gets re-signed. I don't know how they're gonna handle that because that's gonna be tricky. Because he's gonna command a lot of money. He already said he wants a lot of money. He wants to be paid like a number 2 receiver. We'll see. Are the Saints a Super Bowl team? If their defense can play, if their defense can even be half decent, if their defense can be half decent and force some turnovers, and I know that sounds very cliche, very general, but if their defense can be half decent and force turnovers, then they have a possibility. But if their defense plays like their defense been playing for the longest, then no. Offense can't do it all. Offense can't do it all. They can only do so much. But if your offense is scoring a touchdown, but then your defense is giving up a touchdown, and then the offense scores another touchdown, and your defense gives up another touchdown, and then your offense goes 3 and out, but then your defense gives up another touchdown. Then your offense throws the pick, and then your defense gives up another touchdown. It just can't work like that. It can't work like that. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, like Leo said, Saints have always had a good offense. They just need to improve the defense. That's always been that case, man. What do you think about Carolina's chances in the playoff this season? I think that's another team too. I feel like it's the same as the Saints. If their defense can play, or because I know offense. I feel like their offense is gonna be just fine. They're gonna do their thing.